Okay guys, now let's discuss about the casting. So I'm going to create a new class over here, and casting is related to the data type. So I'm creating a class inside this type package which we had created earlier. I'm giving a name of the class, that is casting demo, right? Okay, let's start understanding what is casting. So casting means that converting, or not converting, but I should say changing the size. Okay, that is the meaning of what? Casting, right? So let me give you the example. Suppose if you have 8-bit value, okay, let's say that, or let's consider 32-bit value. 32-bit value that you have, let's take the example. The example is, let's say that you have the value 16. Okay, consider that the 32-bit value of decimal 16 would be, that is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This would be 1, then 0, 0, 0. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is the 32-bit value of 16, or what I can say, that 32-bit binary representation of the value 16. Right now, if I convert this 32-bit value to the 16-bit value, okay, in that case, what is going to happen, that preceding zeros, or preceding 16 bits, I should not say zeros, but the preceding 16 bits would be removed from this particular value. Okay, so here, that this is a 32-bit value, and if you will change it to the 16-bit value, okay, right, in that case that value is going to become this much. Okay, so that sorry, it means that this is a 16-bit equivalent representation of the value 16. Okay, this is a 32-bit value. Converting this 32-bit value to the 16-bit is known as what? Casting. Okay, this is the narrowing kind of thing, that you are narrowing the size of the value. Okay, that is also that known as widening the size of value. Okay, and that is also considered as a casting, right? That means converting a 16-bit value to the 32-bit value, that is also known as a casting. So basically the casting means changing the size of value. Okay, now let me show you a real example. Okay, so let's declare the variable, that is integer x is equal to, let's say the variable is 16. So here the variable that which you have declared, it is a integer data type, having a integer data type, and the size of that variable is 32 bits, right? Okay, but suppose if you have one more variable, that is a, let's say, sorry, type of short, and the variable name is y, and if you assign that value of x to y, in that case what is going to happen? Here it gives the error that this particular variable value cannot be assigned to short. What is the reason? The reason is that short is 16-bit data type. It is a 16-bit data type. So obviously this conversion of 32 bits to 16 bits is not possible. Okay, what we have to do? We have to do the explicit casting. Explicit casting. Explicit casting is possible through the operator, that is the parenthesis. Inside that you have to specify the uh, data type of the destination variable. In this case the destination variable is y. Okay, so here we have done the casting. Okay, so this is known as explicit casting. We have to forcefully cast this value, the value of x, to the value of y. Now why do we require casting over here? The reason is that this x value is a 32-bit that's supposed to be converted into 16-bit. So ultimately here, by using this particular statement, what we have done, that we have converted this 32-bit value to the 16-bit like this. Okay, so what we have done, we have removed leading 16 bits. That does not mean that but Java has removed the leading 16 bits from the binary, and whatever bit left, Okay, those bits have been assigned to this particular variable. Okay, so here this is the 16-bit variable, so this 16 bits would be assigned to it. Okay, now let's say that if I have one more variable, let's say byte b is equal to x. Okay, so in this case again the same thing is going to happen. It shows the error that we require a byte, okay, but the provided is an integer. Okay, so what we can do, we have to cast to the byte. Okay, so again here it is 8 bits data type, so we must have to do explicit casting. Okay, explicit casting. Okay, and how can I do that explicit casting to byte? So just I have to write byte over here. So here in this case what is going to happen, that from this 32 bit only the last 8 bit would be allocated to this particular variable. Okay, so here let me write that the 8 bit value of 16. Okay, so what is the 8 bit value of 16? This one, right? Okay, so this is how this casting is going to work. Okay, now let me show you one more example of the casting. Let's declare the long variable. Okay, right, let me give the name that is long variable is equal to x. So guys, here in this case what is going to happen, the casting is going to happen or not? Yes, the casting is going to happen, right? So here what happens, that the long variable is a type having a size of 64 bits, right? What will happen, that here we are not getting any error. Why we are not getting error? Because the destination size is larger than this the source size. Here the source size is a 32 bit, the size of x variable is a 32 bit, the size of log variable is how much? 64 bit. So here that the casting is done, okay, but it would be done implicitly. Okay, so this is known as what? Implicit casting, right? So there are two types of casting: explicit casting and implicit casting. Explicit casting means we are forcefully doing the casting, that is known as the explicit casting. Also it is required whenever you are doing narrowing casting, means that changing bigger size to the smaller size. Okay, whereas in this case, okay, this is known as the widening casting. Okay, and here the changing smaller size to the bigger size. Okay, so please remember this thing. Okay, right, so we have seen about the explicit casting as well as the implicit casting. Okay, now one more thing that we should understand, that whenever we perform operation in the Java, at that time there is one concept that is applied to all the operands of the Java. That concept is known as automatic type promotion. Automatic type promotion. Okay, now let's try to understand what this automatic type promotion is. Okay, so guys, here let me declare one more variable, that is double. Also double is equal to double variable is equal to, let's say, 10.0. Okay, now suppose if here I'll be doing operation that is double, sorry, I'm going to add all these variables and we'll hold the result into the destination result, that is integer result. Okay, let's add all the variables, that is x plus y. Let me put in a sequence, that is b plus y plus x plus long variable plus double variable. So guys, here what will happen, that when this particular operation would be evaluated, it would be evaluated from left to right. Okay, so first what will happen, the addition of these two variable would be done. So here the first variable is byte, the second one is short. So what will happen, that both of the variable would be converted into the short. Then and then the operation would be performed. Okay, first that operation has been performed, then the result would be added to x. But here the x is integer, so this result would be converted to integer. Okay, after that the final result would be in the form of integer. So here that integer result would be added to long, but this is the 64-bit data type, so that would be converted, this result would be converted into 64-bit. Okay, so then the final last variable that which is going to be added over here is double variable. So what will happen, that whatever result up to this point would be converted into double, and both would be added. So the final answer would be in the form of double, and that's why here we are getting the error that the result would be in the double, it is not in the integer. Okay, so I must have to use the double double data type over here, otherwise that I can cast this whole result. Okay, it depends on my requirement. Okay, now here this thing is known as what, automatic type promotion. Here the byte has been promoted to short, then this short and byte result promoted to integer, then and this result promoted to long, then that result promoted to double. Okay, this is known as what, automatic type promotion. That's it for this video.